Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Mojo and today I'm going to be sharing with you the 7 steps to ensuring that you achieve your goals. So if you want to know more about that, keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Now last week I spoke about vision, and this week I'm going to be talking about goal setting and those 7 steps that can help you. So try and imagine a pyramid, right? Your vision is right at the top, and beneath that are your goals, and it's these goals that would help you to get to your vision. And just under those goals are all the mini goals and tasks that you need to do to be able to achieve your goals, which will take you to your vision. Now, the very first tip I'll be sharing with you is that when you set your goals, they need to be SMART goals. And what do we mean by SMART? They need to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and I think this is the most important one, they need to be time specific, right? You need to make sure you attach a time to your goals, because if you set goals and there is no time attached to them, they're just wishes. Because would you ever start if there was no time attached? And remember, we set goals in different parts of our life. We need goals for our career, for our business. If you're in education, you need to set goals as well to ensure that you are able to submit your assignments, prepare for your exams, whatever it is you need to do. Even as parents, we set goals as well. So goals are applicable to every area of our life. So it's important that we do set goals for those areas. Now, I normally advise you have a medium-term goal and some short-term goals. For example, right now, some of my short-term goals are actually getting this content out every week. And I'm actually recording about 6 o'clock in the morning because my schedule has been so busy. Another one I try to do, another short-term one, is to make sure I get my 10,000 steps in. And to track that, so we talk about time specific, I have my Fitbit. So these are a couple of my short-term goals. Tip number 2, and that is to make sure that your goals are written down. Now, I've got some of my weekly goals here. I always write down my goals so I can check back and see. And Habakkuk 2 verse 2 in the Bible does say, write them down on stone and run with them, which means writing down goals is really important. In fact, a study was done by Dominican University that showed that those who write down their goals are more likely to achieve them. So when you decide on your goals, make sure you write them down. The act of writing the goals down ensures that we're actually emotionally connected. My third tip is you need to also examine why these goals are important to you. Are they really goals that you want to achieve? Well, why do you want to achieve them? You could spend a few minutes to write down for each one of these goals why you really want them. Now for me, my fitness goals, I want them because I want to be fit, I want to be healthy, I want to be able to run around, I want to be able to have the energy and be seen to have the energy, and I just feel so much better when I'm active and at a particular weight for. So that's my motivation. It just helps my self-confidence. I'll talk about some of the goals I've set and achieved in the past. So when I was writing the book and I knew what I wanted to achieve, I wanted to establish myself as an expert in my area. Obviously, I'm interested in business, I'm a business coach, and I also wanted to help people to start and grow their businesses, and I knew I couldn't reach everybody, but by writing a book I was able to reach a lot more people. So that was my motivation. My fourth tip is your resources. Now, with some goals, you're going to need some help, support to help you achieve those. So for example, if you're looking to start your business, there are some skills that you might not know. Simple things like setting up your mailing list, you might not know anything about that, but guess what, there are training courses that can help you. But what you need to do is identify the support tools when you set the goals. Students, you might need some technology, you might need some software. So yeah, software is another one. You might need some help You might have children and you might need help for maybe someone to help you look after the children. Whatever that is, make sure that when you set those goals, you look at the support that you need around you to help you achieve that goals. So if you're losing weight, you might need a buddy. You're going walking. When I was walking, I'd sometimes have a buddy, and you don't actually need to have the buddy with you. You can have them on the phone, and it just motivates you to do the work. So yeah, now we're in lockdown. And then you might have somebody that you are accountable to. So there are lots of groups you can join, or find a friend who is also looking to achieve the same goal and get them along. Trust me, it helps. We all need support. And when you're trying to achieve a goal, and if it's something that is important to you and you know you can get people to help you, ask for help. It doesn't mean it's a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength to be able to ask for help. So if you know that you need help, support for any one of those goals, reach out. And there are also people like mentors and coaches, and some people have actually called paying a coach paying money, because sometimes some of us, we actually need to pay someone to hold us accountable. So if you are able to do that and you can afford to, get someone to do it. And there are also some goals, if you want to achieve that, people have walked down that route before. Instead of wasting time making all these mistakes, when you can actually rely or reach out to somebody who has made these mistakes and you can learn from their own experiences. Trust me, you don't have enough time to make a lot of mistakes that people have made in business, or learn from others. You can actually use books. Why not use books? If there's an area that you're looking to improve on and there's a book out there that can help you, use that. Or try and use the resources available to help you to achieve your goals. Now we're going on to number 5. Now, time management is very important to achieving your goals. Now this is also a form of a resource, and we all know that time is finite, right? We don't have, everybody gets 24 hours in a day, and if you're trying to achieve your goals, you need to be particular about what you do with your time. Now a lot of us will say, oh, we don't have time, but what I advise my clients to do is to keep a time diary, right? So this is where you write down everything you do. You only need to keep it for 7 days, and it's to find those gaps in our lives. Because if you've read the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, you know that there's a matrix, there's a time matrix, which helps us identify exactly where we should be spending our time. Now most of these goals actually fall into an area that's important but not urgent. So these goals are important to us, but they're not urgent yet. But guess what? If we don't do them now, they will become urgent, and then we start to firefight. A simple example of that, anybody who's been to university, being a student, is when your assignments are due and you start working on them a couple of days before. Now that is because you did not plan ahead. Same one is if you're self-employed or running a business and you don't get your taxes in on time, you don't do your accounts on time. Remember, 31st of January, a couple of days before, you're running around looking for your paperwork. This is what happens when you don't plan ahead. And instead of you being able to relax and plan, you're now firefighting stress, right? And it happens in many areas of our life, right? You have a leak in the house, you don't sort it out, you come home one day and there's a flood. So this is why it's important to make sure you look at the time you have and plan within that time. Try and plan ahead. So once you do the 7-day diary, you'll be able to see gaps. And if you use social media or watch Netflix, then trust me, you have time. As I said, I'm actually recording this video 7 o'clock on a Saturday. I should be resting, but I can't because I've got a class to take today, and I took a class yesterday evening, so I'm trying to fix it in. So if you really want something bad enough, you'll find the time. So try and block time out in your diary. Another thing I was going to say is, when you do have your own goals, it becomes easier for you to say no for those demands that you know do not fit in. So learn to respect your time by saying maybe no a bit more often, so you have the time to do those things that you want. So these last 2 things to inspire and motivate you. So the 6th tip is actually I don't know if you've heard the term all or nothing. Now some of us are black and white, so you set goals, you don't achieve them, you beat yourself down. Oh, I didn't achieve that. No, some goals are just going to be delayed and may take longer than you've expected. So try and appreciate that and take that on board, because sometimes it's not actually the goal, it's not the end, it's the person we become, the character that we build, we develop ourselves, we learn new skills, and we learn lessons. So we're now at the final one, the 7th one, and I think this is the most important one. Come on, you've set your goals, you've started to achieve some of them, so what better than to reward yourself? So this is important. When you achieve a goal, try and give yourself a mini reward. Now, every reward doesn't need to be food. In fact, research has shown that rewards like experiences are things that we value more. So give yourself an experience. I know now we can't go on holiday, so maybe buy yourself a book. Treat yourself to Netflix. Why not use Netflix as a reward? I do. Watch movies when I've achieved something on that day. So remember, your goals will be broken down into types, something nice, a scarf, an outfit. And once we start traveling again, reward yourself with a holiday. I've done that when I've achieved some of my bigger goals by going on holiday. I often tell my children that do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do. Treat yourself to a glass of wine, why not? It could be as simple as that, but just try to associate achieving your goals with some reward. Now, my reward for actually doing this YouTube, I've told myself if I keep this YouTube until December, till December 31st, doing one video a week, because it is challenging. I do teach as well, I have to do a lot of prep, assessment, feedback and all that. But my treat to myself is to get myself a new iPad, because my iPad is coming up to 8 years now. So that's my treat to myself. So please treat yourselves. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you found that useful, and I shall see you in my next video, where I'll be talking about mindset, which is very key to achieving any goal. Thank you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.